Welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170. The Answer. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with Whissel Realty. Joined as always by Mr. Jason Hall and today Dave Elhoff, Elhoff Wealth Strategies. If you ever want to listen to past episodes of the show, have questions for us, you can visit our website at whisselwednesdays.com, WHISSEL Wednesdays.com, or shoot us a text 619-663-7355. So Jason, before the break, Dave gave us the breakdown on the financial market, some good strategies that our listeners can use. What's going on in the mortgage market?
Well, the Fed's looking to keep the rates pretty calm, right? They've kind of set the markets at ease, like, hey, we don't see that we need to increase aggressively the next year or two, which has really lowered rates, right? And the bond rates and the mortgage rates. So we're seeing rates. I've seen some VA loans in the low threes.
Wow.
30-year fixed in the twos for 15-year, and that's for conventional FHA and VA. So, it's just a great time to buy, and we talk about that a lot. But
it's becoming a great time to refi.
It's a great time also to refi. We've really seen Travis, one of our top loan officers there at Team Home Loans.
I actually heard he was recently number one in the company.
Yeah.
Shout out Travis Sailing.
Number one in the entire Synergy One company, not just our office. And he's worked with us for a few years now, and graduate of San Diego State. I know we were talking about SDSU, and just been a great guy. And so, so he picked up not only a lot of purchases, but he's picked up a lot of refis, and he's pretty excited because he's got some exciting news himself that he's announcing. And I guess I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, Travis and Brenda are expecting. And since we're a little bit delayed on this, I won't get in trouble because he told me he can't say nothing. So I'm going to be all right. I'm sitting here thinking, I'll be all right.
Can I say this on the radio?
Can I say? So now it makes sense on why the guy's been working 12-hour days the last 3 or 4 months and doing really, really well.
Get it in now.
Because,
that's what I'm doing.
Get in the time now. But he's also been in the business long enough to realize these rates don't remain low like this all the time. They come and go. And he's seen that in his career. And he's been in the business about 10 years now since he graduated San Diego State. So he's seen rates drop, and then people say, it'll never come back.
Yeah.
And then they go up, and then guess what? They come back and sometimes go lower. And, some people are telling you guys maybe invest in bonds. I'm sitting there to think here, I've heard some people rumor we might see 30-year fixed in the twos. Wow. Before we get out of this, economy. And a lot of that's going to be based on what's going on across the world, as you mentioned, Dave. And that makes a great opportunity. There's still great programs out there. I was talking with Craig Sewing on the American Dream TV show. What a lot of people don't realize is you can still buy a house with no closing cost.
Wow.
So that's a huge advantage. And that usually is anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. So you want to reach out to us, 619-663-7355. Find out more information on that. But it's a great, great time to get involved on your mortgage, whether it's a purchase or refinance. These eventually, it's going to change.
Talk about the rates based upon whether you're doing cash out or if you got 80% or 20% down with 80% equity, those kinds of things. Do the rates change? How much do they change if you start doing some of those?
The more money you put down, the higher credit scores, the better rate you're going to get, Dave. And they literally look at it as a risk factor. So the banks and the mortgage-backed securities look at it and go, okay, what's the risk we're willing to do, what we're willing to pay? So if there's a higher risk, a low down payment loan, besides like a VA loan, they do go ahead and hit you. So maybe instead of getting 3.5%, maybe you're at 4%, right? But you're putting down maybe 3% versus putting down 20%, right? And that's kind of the difference, is maybe even 25%. And if people are putting down 30, 40% or refinancing with 30, 40% equity, meaning they're only at 60% loan to value, they're going to get the best rates even with an average credit score.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that works.
So I was working with a client, and Jason, this is interesting, is that they refinanced a couple of years ago, and of course they say, oh gosh, I don't want to have to go through all that. But during this time, they've also taken on some additional debt, such as they got a car loan, that's non-deductible debt. They also have some college expenses.
Sure. And
I mentioned to him the college interest rates on the college loans is 5.8 to 6.2%. and they're not paying anything on it at this point in time, which is true, but it's still accumulating at that rate.
It's amazing what some of the student loan stuff I've seen. I've seen a couple $100,000 on people's backs.
So I encourage these people to take a look at with the interest rates where they are today, that maybe you want to refinance, take some cash out, pay those loans down, because it's going to be a problem in the future. And even with the little bit of the appreciation that they've had, they're going to be able to pay these things off. We're talking about $50,000 at least in debt of college loans, and another $30,000 in car loans, and their payment's going to be less.
Oh, absolutely.
Than what it was.
It'll be less under a mortgage, right?
Yep.
And be tax deductible guaranteed. There is limitations on income, whether you can tax deduct if it's your student loan. And a lot of people, once they're making six figures, don't qualify for that. So that's a great point. So if you have student loans, you own a home, you're thinking about it, reach out to us. Again, 619-663-7355. I know we're getting ready to wrap up here. We're down to probably the last 5 minutes or so. But talk about your Tesla. Going over there and standing in the line last week after the show.
Well, I can just sense the jealousy coming across the table right now.
Well, you got it up on the screen. I'm like going, man, the thing looks good.
You didn't show up. You weren't there.
You know, I'm a Tesla fan. I always have. I've been wanting a Tesla for years and years and years. It's been a screensaver, Dave, on my thing, the Model S. I was on the Model S list.
And then chickened out.
Well, I was on the Model S list and couldn't wait. I had to get it done in 2012. They couldn't give me the car. And so they're saying their production's going to be better. I even seen the running the ad setting here on your screen.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. One of our goals on the show here on Whissel Wednesdays is to give you tips on things before they happen so you can be ahead of the curve. We try to do that in the financial market with a guy like Dave Elhoff, on the mortgage market with a guy like Jason, and myself on the real estate side. So we gave you guys a hot tip last week on the show that if you wanted to get one of these Tesla Model 3s, you need to get your butt out there, get lined up, whether you stay overnight, get there early in the morning so you can be at the front of the line. I'm glad we did. We got there at about 5 a.m. We were probably around number 40 or 50 in line.
And this was last Thursday morning.
So we went Thursday morning. We were around number 40 or 50 in line. And doors open at 10, running people through. When we walked out the door at about 10:30, so we were in and out 30 minutes. When we walked out the door, if you're familiar with UTC, that line spanned from the Tesla dealership, which is close to Sears, so that would be the northeast corner.
Correct.
Went to the center of the mall where the fountain is, zigzag back and forth like you were waiting in line for a roller coaster. Then shot out the opposite direction all the way back to Macy's, which is the far southwest corner.
Other side
so
of
it pretty much spanned the entire mall when we left.
So is this like longer than any ride you've ever waited in?
Yes. I mean, those people, and the good thing is Tesla was churning and burning, moving people through. They were literally getting you in and out in about 2 minutes. And the best part is everybody's just throwing down $1,000. At this point, we didn't even know what the car looked like.
Was it a cash thing, credit card?
Credit card only. My dad, who wanted to reserve one, called and was like, should I bring my checkbook? And I was like, Dad, this is a car you order online. You don't need your checkbook, Dad. Leave it at home. But he chickened out too. But yeah, I mean, when we left, there had to be 500 plus people in line.
I'm gonna buy Jared's for like 1,100. I know at some point he's gonna be like, I'll sell it to you.
Okay, I don't need to. So yeah, we're probably in the first 50, to order from the San Diego location. I don't know how many there are across California, probably 10 dealerships or so, or on the West Coast. And when they release these, they're going to come West Coast first. So being that we were probably in the front 50, we've got to be under number 1,000. When they did the announcement Thursday night, so 8 or 9 hours after everybody put their deposits in, they had 115,000 reservations before they ever even showed anybody what the car looked like. Then they showed everybody
sketches. There was just some sketches. That was about all it was out.
Yeah,
some models.
They showed everybody what the car looked like, and by the time the weekend was over, so they announced it Thursday night. By the time the weekend was over, they had over 300,000 reservations for the Tesla Model 3.
Wow.
So we tried to give you the tip to get in line. Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Has any car ever done something like this?
No, and it's like more than double what their expectation was.
Yeah, that's
but it was
crazy.
Brilliant marketing because it was only $1,000, and most people that are buying a Tesla can afford to be out $1,000 on a credit card for a couple years. So they got all these people to go down to the mall bright and early. They got all the news crews coming out there to record all these lines. So you got all this buzz going about it. Then they announce it and people see it, fall in love with it. It was just brilliant marketing on Tesla's part. So awesome stuff. That, again, is our goal on Whissel Wednesdays. Give you the info before it happens so you can be ahead of the curve and win. And whether it's financial, mortgage, real estate markets, we want to help you win. You want to connect with us, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. Thanks so much for listening to the show. We will see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. here on AM 1170, The Answer.
Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me